Greetings, this is Deja Bliss in Palm Springs, California, and it's become apparent to me why I am the keeper of a black eye at the moment. The story has just been told to my consciousness, and I need to speak this information to share it with you as we're going through a most critical time in the cosmic ascension process, which is a real thing. Many of you already have this information and are using it. I honor you. Many of you are in the throes of your own awakening process. I need to revisit this material, which I'm about to speak about. And those of you who are just beginning this awakening journey, this is of critical importance, especially with the children as well. And that is of the third eye center. The third eye center is a cosmic gateway. It is not called the third eye for no reason. It is actually the first eye, the eye that, being single, can grant light, in other words, awareness to the process that's going on in your life. So, this is one of your chakras, one of your energy vortexes that is necessary to awaken first in the process of awakening all the other centers. Now, oftentimes this does awaken first naturally, but if you are just coming into the process and you haven't really been trained or gone through yoga, yoga helps to open the pineal gland. Meditation does this. Other practices, centering practices, mindfulness practices help. But nevertheless, it's important, and I feel like I got hit in the face just as a reminder to think about the eye, the one eye. And in this case, it's my right eye. And so it's requiring action of me. So I'm thinking of it. And the action is to speak this message, which is the cosmic ascension cycle awakens the energy vortexes in the human vehicle, known as the chakras. The chakras are like dialing points, okay, that dial in a specific frequency for your bodily kingdom. And they are the keepers of ancestral wisdom, genetic information, and past life stories that are projected into this form at birth. And when they start to open, this genetic information and this past life information starts to flood your vehicle, and it begins to play with and adjust how you express yourself. And sometimes this is not very fun because you don't know where some of this stuff is coming from, and you don't necessarily have memories of your past life. Maybe you do in brief moments. But so these dialing centers are now, especially the first and second chakra, which deal with survival, which deal with abundance, which deal with safety and security, and your second chakra, which is largely your sexual chakra, of joy, of satisfaction, of initial creative response. As these two are opening, which happens in just relationship interaction and intimacy, and happens as you're, struggling to find your space in reality, as you're stimulating these two centers to actually come to a place where you can feel confident that life's going to take care of you, and where you can feel joy in yourself and in your person and in your relationships. If your third chakra, or if your third eye chakra is not open, like my son wants me to open his snack, if your third eye center is not open, then as these earlier centers open, then you will begin to experience what blows out of them, and you will identify yourself with.
I was in that window trying to put bunny ears on you, but you can't see through it.
Right. If these centers open without the third eye center open, you'll see the garbage that's spewing out, and
Please subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to his channel. Let me recenter. If first and second chakra, and actually any of the chakras, start to open without the third eye center being activated, this is the lens where we can see our human experience from a cosmic perspective. That's why they call it drashta, or the witness, the observer in Sanskrit. So the observer is necessary in order to waken up our human experience to a cosmic one, to where we remember our cosmic station, our divinity. And if this is not sufficiently awakened, and this is actually closed, and you don't have cosmic perspective of oneness and unity consciousness, and you start blowing open these other centers, you're in trouble and in danger of becoming attached to or emotionally entangled with that which comes up from these lower centers and all the centers. Okay, this is dangerous because this is what cycles you. And if you find yourself in cycles, that means that you are identifying with what's coming out of those centers. You're identifying with the emotions, you're identifying with the memories, you're identifying with the discomforts and the dis-ease, and you are making that be you. You're saying, this is what's happening to me. These are my problems. These are my issues. This is what's coming up for me. This is my feeling, instead of, this is what's coming out of me. This is what I'm cleansing. This is what's coming up and out. The observer attitude allows you that. So one of my gifts and skills is, because I've worked so long with the third eye, is I can stand as a witness with someone and see that and remind them of that. I hold third eye center awareness. And so I'm standing and I'm going, okay, I'm seeing this. It's not you. This is stuff coming up and out of you. And I try my best to do that for my children. But this is a skill we each need, especially at this time, is to have an awakened third eye for ourselves, so that when stuff comes up in our reality, ancestral stuff, always a little more challenging with ourselves than with others. But as this stuff comes up and we have third eye center open and awakened, we can remain detached enough to not suck it in as a repeating pattern. We can go, okay, now I'm clearing ancestral stuff around whatever. Now I'm clearing, creative insecurity. Now I'm clearing fears about being loved. Now I'm clearing, throat stuff. I'm clearing, whether life shows up as a poison or a nectar to me. Now I'm clearing cosmic connectedness, or however it is. The third eye center should always be worked with first. It's crucial, and it's crucial all the way through the ascension process to keep maintaining that. This is your inner eye. This is the eye of single understanding. This eye holds unity consciousness. It remembers life beyond duality. When duality wants to take us back into, I like this, I don't like this, I really want to feel this way, but I feel this way, I really don't like this anymore. And this is where I get in struggles with the work that I've been doing, because when I work with people to clear emotions and past trapped emotions and generational stuff and karmic debris, there is only so much of that you can do before you have to start witnessing and using alchemy. So that's a step up from, yes, there's initial layers that have to be peeled, and that's where the work that I do with karmic release and emotional clearing come in. You have to release certain layers of the debris so that you can access, the parts of the alchemy that need to be played out. But then you have to put aside the likes and dislikes and the emotions you don't like, negative or positive or whatever. You have to put aside those understandings and come into the alchemy, which is the merging of the like and the dislike. And those have to come together in order to create a new reality. But in order to do that, you have to have a third eye center that is open and awakened. So I'm taking a break right now from the work that I've been doing, because I'm understanding that there has to be a protocol, much like you would get if you went to an ashram in India, probably still these days, but especially back in the day, where stuff happens sequentially, because everyone wants to jump in and just do all their awakening work, and they're forgetting critical points like third eye center needs to be awakened. So I'm seeing really powerful people who have really great gifts coming through and amazing things, and they still are not able to fully witness what's happening in their life as chakra clearing messages and are identifying with those things. And this is where the message is coming in today. Third Eye Center Awakening. Third Eye Center Awakening. I'm writing an article about this right now. It will be soon on basmati.com with the rest of my stuff. So that's the message of the black eye, the black hole of the pineal gland. We must dive into it, open it up, and there we will be able to see with the eye of the mystery. Thank you for joining me. More soon.